When Mr. Bingley first meets Jane Bennet, he's struck by her beauty, calling her the most beautiful creature I ever beheld. But when Mr. Darcy first meets Elizabeth Bennet, he famously says, "She is tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me." And yet, despite Darcy's initial judgment, it's Elizabeth's wit, intelligence, and spirited personality that ultimately win his heart. So why is Jane still considered the fairest, while Elizabeth becomes the heroine of the story? The beauty standards of the Regency era reveal much more than mere appearances. Jane Bennet's beauty, celebrated by all who meet her, speaks volumes about societal expectations, attraction, and the nature of love in Pride and Prejudice. Jane Austen makes it clear from the start. Jane Bennet is admired by everyone for her physical beauty. Mr. Bingley is instantly captivated. Even strangers and acquaintances remark on her looks. She is the ideal in every way, gentle, graceful, kind, and conventionally beautiful. In contrast, Elizabeth is described as having fine eyes and a playful expression, but the language around her appearance is more restrained. Her charm isn't immediate or universal. It unfolds gradually, especially in the eyes of Mr. Darcy. This contrast isn't accidental. It sets the stage for a deeper exploration of what truly makes someone attractive in Austen's world. In early 19th century England, beauty was tied not just to physical appearance, but to deeper associations with morality, status, and self-control. Fair skin, delicate features, and a quiet, composed demeanour were seen as markers of a woman's refinement and virtue. These attributes weren't just admired, they were expected, especially among women of the gentry. Jane Bennet embodies this ideal perfectly. Her serene nature and graceful appearance align with the image of the perfect young woman of her time. Her beauty, gentle manners, and modesty make her not only admired, but socially desirable. In a society where marriage could define a woman's future, such qualities were often her most valuable assets. Elizabeth, on the other hand, breaks that mould. She is spirited, outspoken, and openly witty. Her charm doesn't come from silent elegance, but from her sharp mind and authenticity. She challenges the expectations placed on women, and that defiance becomes central to her unique appeal. Darcy's first impression of Elizabeth reflects the influence of these social norms. He dismisses her as tolerable because she doesn't stand out in the way Jane does. But Elizabeth challenges his assumptions, and as their story progresses, his perception changes. Her intelligence, courage, and integrity begin to matter more than appearances. He falls for her mind first, then her spirit, and in doing so, he breaks away from the rigid ideals of beauty and class that initially shaped his worldview. This shift isn't just romantic, it's Austen's quiet rebellion against superficial values. By making Jane the beautiful one and Elizabeth the heroine, Austen isn't playing favourites, she's making a point. Physical beauty might win admiration, but it doesn't drive the story. Character does. Jane represents society's vision of the perfect woman, while Elizabeth represents Austen's. The fact that Elizabeth is the one who grows, challenges, and ultimately changes those around her is a radical narrative choice. Austen uses beauty not as a reward, but as a mirror to reflect society's flaws. In the end, the story celebrates not the woman who is most admired by others, but the one who dares to be herself. Jane Bennet may be the most beautiful creature in the room, but it's Elizabeth who leaves the deepest impression. In Pride and Prejudice, beauty opens doors, but it's character that builds lasting connections. Through her two heroines, Jane Austen invites us to reconsider what truly makes a person desirable, and what kind of love is worth waiting for. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which Bennet sister do you find more compelling and why? Let's keep the conversation going.